So I wanted to talk a little bit today about stand-up comedy. You probably would have no way of knowing that I've done some stand-up comedy. Certainly not, you wouldn't get that impression by watching any of my videos. And, you know, the thing about stand-up comedy is I think the key is to wrap the awfulness of human existence into cheerfulness, right? To laugh at it. Because it's awful. I mean, once you get born, you are going to die. You have a death sentence. Lovely, right? Right off the bat, you have a death sentence. Oh, did you just see that? Shit. I'll have to cut that part off. So what I'm saying is, right as soon as you're born, you have a death sentence. It's like, oh really? I've been sentenced to death. Now, you can find that paralyzingly bad, or you can find that kind of funny. These are the choices that you have, right? Thank you. So, anyway, I did stand-up comedy, and I stopped because I just got spooked. First of all, too many people were telling me how to do it, and then I kept getting further and further away from who I am and what I wanted to do, to the point where I got so nervous and neurotic about it that the audiences were terrifying me. And once you're afraid of an audience, forget it, man. You're done. Stick a fork in it, right? So, but I used to write some pretty good jokes. I did some philosophy jokes. For example, Schopenhauer, the great German miserable philosopher Schopenhauer, he says that when you marry somebody, you think that you're marrying the person who's going to make you happy. But in reality, you're marrying the person who you think you're going to make the best children with. So if you think about that, it does explain your miserable marriage, but it doesn't explain your funny-looking kids. So that was one I did. Another one I did was that, you know, I don't know if you know this or not, but most comedians have some deep, dark, you know, tragedy or secret in their past, right? You know, Stephen Colbert's father died in an airplane accident, you know, and there's quite a few examples of this. So it turns out I do have something like that. It turns out that insanity runs in my family. It started with me, but it runs in the family now. So that's another joke I did. And I had many more. I used to do a bit on famous sayings like, you know, give a man a fish and you feed him for one day. Teach a man to fish and you greatly increase his chances of drowning. I like that one. There were a bunch of them. I can't. He who laughs last is kind of slow. You know, things like that. I did a bunch of them. So, but I got scared. The audience just freaked me out. I was so afraid of bombing. And I've heard comedian after comedian, the successful ones, you know, the Ellen DeGeneres, Jerry Seinfeld. They say that, you know, they couldn't do anything else. I think Kate McKinnon said something like that. And my problem was, you know, there were other things I could do. I like computers. I like math, even though I'm not very good at it. I like analytics, you know. So I got into computers. I ran my own business for almost 13 years. I ran my own business before the bottom kind of fell out of the computer market in 2000. But I don't know, you know, so I got these videos now, but but I don't think I'm wrapping awfulness in cheerfulness enough. So I'm gonna try to be more cheerful. And I'm losing these damn glasses. They're flying away. Shoot. Do I go in there? I'm gonna die now messing with these things. There we go. That's better. Alright, let's do some motorcycle riding, shall we? Shall we pay attention to the fact that I'm a two-wheel death machine? Still have some cold I'm trying to get rid of. It's unbelievable. So I'm off to meet a couple of buddies. Watch is still annoying me. And you see the watch, my camera was pointing up at the sky the last time I did this. It was actually shifting on the glue pad, the bracket that the camera is mounted on. It was actually being pushed back by the wind. That's why my last video was up at the sky. So this one, I'm assuming you could see a lot more of what's going on here. Lucky you. Another thing I used to like to talk about, of course, was sex, and one of my jokes was, you know, they say women think about sex maybe 2 or 3 times a month, right? Men think about sex 2 or 3 times a minute. And I was wondering about that imbalance, but if you think about it, women can produce, you know, maybe they have triplets, maybe 3 babies a year, right? But I mean, give me a 6-pack and a long weekend in Cleveland, and no, I messed it up. It's give me a 6-pack and a long weekend, and I could repopulate Cleveland. That was the joke. Sorry, I screwed it up. Definitely out of practice here. But you know, there's an imbalance there. That was the idea. I'm trying to think of other jokes that I wrote. There were so many. I've got them at home. Got quite a few of them. So maybe I'll be the motorcycle comedian. I'll just do my stand-up material on my bike. There's no audience to frighten me. I'll tell you, if I do it again, I'm gonna look at the audience. I'm gonna engage with them. And then my wife didn't like it. My wife was like, your jokes embarrass me. They horrify me. They're, you know, it's like, So then what do, right? What do you do? She felt that way about the book I wrote too. It's embarrassing, my friends. It's humiliating, the stuff you write. Oh boy. Looks like someone isn't nearly aggressive enough here. There we go. There we go. So anyway, I'm almost at my destination, so bye for now, guys.